Hey guys, what's up, and welcome back to another Shadowlands commentary. Today I wanted to go over something that's more realistic in the real world today. It is kind of, characteristic of first-person shooters. A lot of parents bring up the whole thing of, oh, it induces violence with guns, and they have a point, they really do, but I wanted to talk about this in a more realistic sense. I want to talk about gun violence today, and I really wanted to look at the lot of shootings that have happened over the past decade, including one at LAX this past week. Now, a lot of people are obviously up in arms about this kind of stuff, and there's a lot of debate over the Second Amendment in the Constitution. The right to bear arms. As for my personal opinion, I think it needs revising. While I agree that we should have the rights to own weapons, I think it should not include firearms unless under special license. My reason is pretty simple, and of course people are going to disagree with me, but keep in mind this is very much an opinion. This is by no means a fact, or a way that we have to do this, So to start off, gun violence is bad, and I don't think anyone's going to disagree with that. However, the controversy over it is a really big deal. I personally believe that the Second Amendment, which protects the rights to have weapons, was written in a vastly different setting under many different circumstances which we have today. Things to keep in mind about this include it was written during the Revolutionary War era. The nation was not fully established, and the weapons of the era only fired 1 to 3 shots per minute at best, and were not very accurate or powerful compared to today's standards. People lived in very different circumstances where life depended on being able to hunt and catch food. The Second Amendment was written so that citizens could form a militia to rise against a government in times of crisis. So what's changed? Well, pretty much everything. We no longer have the fear of our government turning into a raw dictatorship. That time is long past, and we are no longer in the midst of a civil war, nor do we have the need for a violent uprising against the government. These things may very well have concerned a bunch of people who just won a revolution against Britain or some other country. With no defined government system, no clear path of the future, and moreover, the weapons they had back then did not fire 10 rounds per second and have refillable magazines, and they were not small and easily concealable. Finally, we don't have any reason, we don't any longer live in a time where we are required to hunt for survival. Granted, sport's fine and all, but that being said, I do think we should be able to have weapons, just not ones that can kill so easily and efficiently. It's important to remember the reason the Second Amendment was written, and not apply the same rules that were true several hundred years ago to today's standards. However, I also believe that guns can be great for sport. Hunting for fun is great, and so is target practice. I know from experience, and I love it. Now granted, there is a whole argument of criminals having weapons, and the weapons being too hard to recall at this point in time. While those are certainly issues, they require very different solutions and are less relevant to the standing issue of easy access to weapons. I will address these in another commentary if this video gets at least 50 likes, but until then, thank you for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe, drop a like, drop a subscribe if you so like, and I'll see you in the next video. Shadowlands out.
Grenade! Contact. Tango down. Contact. Contact.